Good morning, everyone. Now, in this part, we are going to start with the developments leading to बोहर्स मॉडल। रदरफोर्ड के मॉडल के बाद जिसने ये एक्सप्लेन किया कि एटम के अंदर बहुत सारी स्पेस वेकेंट है, होल ऑफ द मास इज कंसंट्रेटेड इन द सेंटर एंड द सेंटर ऑफ द एटम इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज्ड। These were the results of the experiment conducted in the Rutherford's model. But there was also the drawbacks of that model. One of the drawbacks was he wasn't explain the stability of the atom. अब एटम की स्टेबिलिटी नहीं एक्सप्लेन हो पाई। इस चीज़ को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए और ट्रायल्स किए गए और कोशिशें की गई। उन कोशिशों में जो और चीज़ पता चली, जो और डेवलपमेंट्स हुई, वो क्या थी? द फर्स्ट वॉज डुअल नेचर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशंस एंड एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रा। One by one, we'll discuss these developments. The first was dual nature of electromagnetic radiations. Dual nature, what do you mean by dual nature? It means that both wave-like nature and particle-like nature. मतलब जो radiations थी उनका wave-like nature भी था और particle-like nature भी था। wave-like nature को explain करने के लिए जेम्स क्लार्क मैक्सवेल ने क्या कहा? When electrically charged particles move under acceleration, they emit energy in the form of waves, and those waves have electric and magnetic field associated with them. This we have done in Rutherford's model also, which was the reason for the drawback of Rutherford's model, that when charged particle they accelerate, during their acceleration they emit energy. ये रदरफोर्ड के मॉडल का भी ड्रॉबैक बना था, जिसमें ये कहा गया था कि जब भी चार्ज पार्टिकल एक्सेलरेट करता है तो उसमें से एनर्जी लिबरेट होती है। अब यहाँ भी वही कहा गया कि जब चार्ज पार्टिकल एक्सेलरेट करेगा तो उसमें से एनर्जी एमिट होगी, जो किस फॉर्म में होगी? वेव्स की फॉर्म में, और उन वेव्स के साथ इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड्स एसोसिएटेड होंगी। अब उन वेव्स के क्या फीचर्स थे? दैट द एनर्जी इज एमिटेड कॉन्टिन्यूसली इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वेव्स। जो रेडिएशंस निकलती थी चार्ज पार्टिकल के एक्सेलरेट होने पर, वो लगातार वेव्स की फॉर्म में निकलती थी, नॉट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्मॉल पैकेट्स। The rays are associated with electric and magnetic field which oscillate perpendicular to each other as well as perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Next was electromagnetic rays travel with the velocity of light. Next, these rays do not require any medium for their propagation, means without any medium they can propagate from one place to another. Now, related to this, there are some terms. First is wavelength, which is represented by lambda. Second is amplitude. Then third is frequency, represented by nu. Then velocity, represented by c. And wave number, which is nu bar, and it is inversely proportional to the wavelength. Now, discussing these terms one by one diagrammatically. Wavelength. What do you mean by wavelength? It is the distance between two consecutive crests. If we consider this figure, this is the wave, this is its origin, starting point. The wave is moving in this way. The upper part of the wave is termed as crest and the lower one is termed as trough. The distance between two consecutive crests or two consecutive troughs is termed as wavelength. Second is amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum displacement of the wave from its mean position. This is the amplitude. Third is the frequency. Frequency is number of oscillations passing through a given point in 1 second. Suppose if we consider this point, then how many waves are passing through this point in a second? That is termed as frequency. This is velocity, that you all know, speed. Then wave number, it is the number of wavelengths per centimeter. So these are the terms which we are going to use in the next topics to calculate the values also. Next is the relationship between wavelength, frequency, speed and wave number. To find this relation, first of all, coming to the general formula which you used to do in your earlier classes also, distance is equal to speed into time. Now here the distance is the distance between two consecutive crests or troughs. So it is represented by lambda, then speed it is represented by c, and time t. So here the expression is lambda is equal to c into t. Cross multiplying time here, lambda by t is equal to c. Now we know that 1 by t is equal to nu. How is it? What nu is? Nu is the frequency. What frequency is? It is the number of oscillations passing through a given point in 1 second. It is inversely proportional to the time period. If time period, what is the time period? That how much time is taken by a wave to pass through a given point. Time period for a wave is how much time taken by the wave to pass through a given point. Now if the time period is more, frequency will be less. मीन्स अगर किसी एक वेव को एक जगह से जाने में टाइम ज्यादा लगेगा तो इसका मतलब उस जगह से नंबर ऑफ ऑसिलेशंस कम जाएंगी, तो इसका मतलब फ्रीक्वेंसी कम होगी, टाइम पीरियड ज्यादा होगा। और अगर किसी वेव को एक जगह से निकलने में टाइम कम लगेगा तो इसका मतलब ज्यादा वेव्स वहां से निकल सकती हैं, मींस फ्रीक्वेंसी विल बी मोर। हेंस फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड टाइम पीरियड दे आर inversely proportional to each other. So from this expression we know that 1 by t is equal to nu. Putting up the value here, lambda by t, 1 by t is equal to nu. So now the expression is nu lambda is equals to c. Cross multiplying lambda here, now the expression is nu is equal to c by lambda. Now here we have done 1 by lambda is equal to nu bar, which is the wave number. So now our new expression is nu is equal to c nu bar. Now see, if we see the equation number 2, according to equation 2, greater is the wavelength, lesser is the frequency. जितनी wavelength ज़्यादा होगी उतनी frequency कम होगी. If we arrange the electromagnetic radiations, all the radiations, they are electromagnetic radiations because they travel in the form of wave and they have electric and magnetic field associated with them. Hence, they all are electromagnetic radiations. If we arrange all the different electromagnetic radiations in the order of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency, then the whole of the range which we get is termed as electromagnetic spectrum. जितनी भी रेडिएशंस होती हैं वो सब वेव की फॉर्म में ट्रेवल करती हैं और सबके साथ इलेक्ट्रिक और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एसोसिएटेड होता है। इसका मतलब उन सब की वेवलेंथ भी होगी और अगर वेवलेंथ है तो फ्रीक्वेंसी भी होगी, क्योंकि वेवलेंथ एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी दे आर इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू ईच अदर. इफ वी अरेंज ऑल दोज इन विच ऑर्डर, in the order of increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency, then that whole order which we obtain is termed as electromagnetic spectrum. Now, on the basis of whatever we have discussed, there is a question: calculate the frequency and wave number of the wave whose wavelength is 480 nanometer. Try to answer it according to the expressions which we have discussed here and write the answer in the comment box. Thanks.